All right, hey, this is Operation End Times. I'm your Jedi Warrior for Jesus, Ben Hellestead. This is the continuation of the Builder series with part 6. The Builder, you know, God is the potter. We are the clay. In part 5, I kind of showed you in Isaiah 64, which is 8 times 8, and Psalms 8, we kind of ended with that, where Psalms 8 verse 4, it says, "What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visited him?" Psalms 8:6, "Thou made him to have dominion over the works of thy hands, and thou hast put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yea, and the beasts of the field, and the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passes through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth." And that is the question that we face, my friends, is how many people are thinking about how glorious the name of God is, and how many people acknowledge Jesus Christ for who he is, the master architect of all, the living word, the truth, and the light. Jesus came to save, not to destroy. Mankind in his own foolish ignorance is destroying himself. I mentioned Fukushima. We had that rocket that just blew up. Genetically engineered diseases, Ebola. Are we tinkering with stuff that we're not ready to be messing with? Working with DNA, working with atomic energy, all of that is that fine line where we think we know what we're doing. And yet, when you look at the final outcome of our actions and what we've done, it isn't pretty, man. The world looks like it's headed for destruction, and not from God, man, from our own hands. When will we learn? But I'll tell you what, Jesus Christ, it says that when he comes, he will bring back paradise. He will dry up all tears. He will heal all. There's a woman I saw on a website, I think it was Fox News, but it could have been the Drudge Report, but she has a brain tumor, and the doctors told her she was going to die. So she moved to Oregon, because it's a state that allows you to set your own time of death and to execute yourself with drugs. And it is the saddest thing I've ever read, is she has scheduled herself to die on November 1st, 11/11. And, on her bucket list, she just completed the last thing, as she went and saw the Grand Canyon, which, that's remarkable, because here's a woman that's faced with her own mortality, and she didn't go check out some man-made thing, like, oh, I'll go check out the new Freedom Tower in New York. She went to see the Grand Canyon, which was a work of God. But you know what? I tell you what, I will pray that a miracle happens, and that she is cured, and that she doesn't kill herself on November 1st, and let the whole world see the glory of God and the miracle of her tumor just being plucked right on out of her head, man. Let it happen. Let it be so. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. And if you're watching this video, pray for her as well. Because, if that's where mankind has gotten to, where through all of our technology and knowledge, the thing that we've accomplished the most is the ability to kill ourselves on the date that we set, I don't think we've come very far at all. This is pretty much, I think, the conclusion of the Builder series. Like Psalms 8 said, "Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands." That's Jesus Christ. But mankind, we're foolish enough to think that God gave us dominion over everything, and mankind has pretty much abused it, from killing both plant and animal life, bringing extinction upon the planet, polluting, abusing women, abusing children, abusing the environment. The dominion of man has been a dark, shadowy thing. And once again, I may have been blessed or I may have been cursed, but I always felt my birth date pointed to an end time event. July 10th on the Jewish calendar, 7/10, is the Day of Atonement, and that is Halloween, my friends, which is the 3-year anniversary of the announcement of 7 billion people. On the day I was born, the United States was locked in a race with Russia. It was Kennedy versus Khrushchev. Khrushchev had broken the nuclear treaty 3 years into it, and Kennedy ordered Operation Dominic, which is, sounds like either demon or dominion, because it was the United States trying to prove it was more powerful than Russia. But both countries were setting off as many nuclear detonations as they could, and Russia set off the biggest atomic bomb ever, the Tsar bomb, which, when you rearrange the letters, it's the Star Bomb, But the U.S. was busy bombing Christmas Island, and I think, whether it's Halloween or possibly Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it seems like we're on the verge of some kind of an event. A meteor hitting Earth, an atomic explosion, Fukushima. It's kind of hard to say. I don't get visions of the future, man. So I just put my trust and faith in God. And you know what? If you have your eyes open, then and you're walking a path and you have a relationship with God, then you have a firm foundation and you have nothing to worry about when these events unfold. And blessed are they that reach day 1335, which is January 9th, 2015 on my tribulation blog. Now, maybe that's just a blessed day for me. I don't know, but I would hope that it's blessed for anybody that has their eyes open. But I do believe the year I was born, the day I was born, it was right in the middle of mankind, trying to establish dominion, Operation Dominique, which had 31 nuclear tests that year. And of course, Halloween is October 31st. So once again, all the numbers are in play. The synchronization is off the charts, my friends. UFOs on the sun spotted during the lunar eclipse, the Chihuahua crop circle 192, sunspot 192, it's undeniable. Unless you have your head in the sand, or you have some kind of bubbleized existence, or you just have forgotten, and you're content to just think that everything's rosy, and that as long as, our government is saying they will protect you, everything's okay. You've put your trust in mankind, in Babylon. And I'll tell you what, you've then misplaced your trust. If you've been with me all this time, God bless you. I've pretty much gone through my notes. It's 2014. It's been a tremendous journey for me as well. I've learned much. God has blessed me. God cured me. I walked away. I was diabetic. I came down with flesh-eating bacteria in 2007. I almost had my legs amputated, but Jesus met me right at the operating table, and he said, "Do you want to live?" And I said, "Yes." And at that point, I kind of cut a deal where I said, let me live, and actually let me keep my legs, and I will walk for you, man. My life will be dedicated to your purposes. And 3 years later, man, I don't regret it. And yet every day I wake up and I pray and I thank God for giving me one more day on the planet, and I say, please do not let me ever be forgetful of who and what you are and what my relationship is with you, man, that I live for you. And you know what? There's a lot of pressure even on me from family and friends, which is to get back into that box, into Babylon, to get a job, to earn money, And when you go against, the carnal mindset, you become a stranger, alienated to the world. People look at you like you're some kind of weirdo, man. But I tell you what, God doesn't look at you like you're some kind of weirdo, He blesses you for having the eyes and for making the choice of how you're going to walk upon this earth, man. So I don't know where Operation End Times goes from here, my friends. You know, I'm up on this 42-acre ranch in Golden Valley, Nevada. I feel like God sent me here. You know, I did have one vision. You know, I don't actually see pictures. It's just kind of like a feeling or a sense, man. But when I was up on the mountain and God showed me this place that I'm living at, I seem to get this sense of a lot of people, man, migrating through. There's like 4 valleys that lead to this house, and to the east is Hunger Valley. So you know what? Whether people are hungry for food or they're hungry for spiritual knowledge, maybe that's the future path of Operation End Times for myself and for this property, man. You know, I want to say God bless Sister Anna of 777 AEJ. God bless Entertaining the Stars at Brothers Cool. God bless 990. God bless Kirk, No Shirt Kirk, you know, one of the ones, you know. And the list goes on and on, you know. God bless each and every person that has touched base with me, that has shared knowledge, has shared their faith, their belief, their walk, and their path in life. And may the glory of God pour out in a way that is just mind-blowing, man. You know, when it says God's coming down and the mountains melt, I don't really think that's physical mountains. Mountains are like the governments and the systems that mankind has put in place. And surely, if God returns to this planet, that's what will happen, is that all the foolish things, all the houses we've erected, all the temples and skyscrapers we've built, the domes, whatever, you know, any works of man's hands, you know, might just come tumbling down as God kind of flips the switch, you know, just like they did in 1933, you know, trying to use the star power of Arcturus, you know, and they sent a beam of light across the sky. You know, when they turned on the Freedom Towers, a beam of light across the sky. Well, you know what Jesus Christ said? When I return, there will be lightning from the east to the west. So keep your eyes to the sky, my friends. Be mindful of who and where and what we are and where we've come from, and that God is our Father, our loving Father, not something to be fearful of and to run away from. You know, what we want, the fear of God is eschewing evil, man, knowing how to tell the difference between good and evil and making the right choice of good. But, you know, I think the truth, just like there's a flood of misinformation, you know, this whole Ebola thing, nobody knows what to believe. You know, that one nurse is sitting there suing for her freedom. The one doctor lied. But, you know, Jesus Christ is the truth. There can be no denying it. You don't want to be denying Jesus Christ. But you know what? If you haven't found it in your heart to profess with your mouth and your lips and to have a testimony about Jesus Christ, hey, I would just pray that you have love and truth in your heart, because that means you are on a path of light, and it's just a matter of your growth, your learning, of you reaching that point, you know, where you can make that kind of a testimony. All right, hey, God bless you, man. This is Operation End Times, the Builder Series. Thank you for watching me to this point. And only times, and half a times will tell what is in our future. But I hope to see all of you on the shore of Evermore, man, which is where love and truth have dominion over both the day and the night. All right, God bless you all. Much love. Take care.